Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. How you doing? So last week I didn't do it this week in Germany at the end of the week. And I'm like itching. I need to see what happened on the Germany subreddit. So I'm over here just, reading through it myself. I just started and I figured why don't I just do last week in Germany? So that's what I'm doing. And I have to start with this post because this is what I was reading and I was like, I need to film this because this sounds amazing. 116117 is amazing. I have no idea what that is. I mean, I didn't before reading this. I threw my back out the other day and was trapped in for 24 hours. I started to freak out that I needed a doctor, but I couldn't imagine withstanding the pain to get my broken body anywhere. Okay, interesting. You don't have a whole lot of options here in America. I mean, you call an ambulance, basically. That's it. And you're going to be out the wazoo. You're going to be paying out the wazoo. You know what I mean? A few $1,000s. And, yeah, that's pretty much your only option. And even then, that's just to get to the hospital to see a doctor. Well, apparently you guys have this hotline. Okay, he says, I heard rumor there was a house call hotline. And it's 116 or 117. The only catch is that it was in German, but they were happy to work through him with his poor German. That's good. After I told the hotline about my back woes, a doctor showed up 1.5 hours later. A doctor showed up at his house. That's pretty unheard of here in America. Back in the olden days, you used to hear about doctors doing house calls. I don't know when that stopped. I feel like it stopped sometime around the 80s or something. That just doesn't happen anymore. Unless maybe if you're like super rich. Obviously, I'm sure if you're like Eminem, I'm sure you can get a doctor to come to your house for 50 grand or something. But the fact that you just call a hotline and a doctor showed up in an hour and a half, that is blazingly fast and incredible that a doctor would even show up. And they spoke excellent English, gave him a tramadol shot and a prescription for muscle relaxers, and an overview of what to do next. So he didn't even have to leave his house. That is kind of just mind-blowing to me. And I assume it was free. Maybe. Because I know you guys can buy some extra private insurance. Maybe this was part of that. Let me read some comments. And just to clarify, it's 116 or 117. Okay. Yeah. I've called them twice the last few years, also with great results. It's really good service and closes the gap between doctor's office hours and the ER. I don't see anyone talking about having to pay. How crazy is that? You get a doctor to your door and it's free? I love 116. Last week, I threw up so much that going to the doctor was impossible. They told me to keep my phone near me and a doctor will call me back. It took less than 5 minutes. He told me I should call a friend to get me the medication he suggested. How cool is that? You get a doctor on the phone. That actually makes a lot of sense. A lot of times you just need to hear. A lot of times going to the office for something like this is just kind of unnecessary. If they just know your symptoms, they could prescribe you something over the phone. That would be awesome. I sometimes you can sort of do that with your doctor here. Most of the time, most doctors will want to see you in person. Like your primary care physician is what they're called. Like most people have a doctor, a primary care doctor. And I can text my doctor through the app, the office, and sometimes I have gotten like a prescription refill doing that, which is cool. But this is kind of different. After that, he said something like, if you feel unsure about anything I just told you, I will come right away. That's amazing. That is amazing. And good promotion because, yes, a lot of people are not aware of this. Surely, if you're in Germany, you must be aware of this because this sounds amazing. Okay, first bad thing I've heard about it. They say in his area, they put you on hold for 20 minutes and kicks you off the line, or you have some rude, unqualified person on the other end who tells you to go see your GP on Monday. That's me and my wife's experience. There's always got to be those ones, those kind of rotten apples that ruin it. A lot of people can be like that, especially when they're over the phone. You know, it's a less of a human connection, so people can be rude. The the top post made me laugh, and I don't even speak German. But I can see right here, this is a hell of a deal, folks. It used to cost, well, it's kind of confusing, but it looks like it used to cost 42 cents. The negative sign is really throwing me off, guys. What is this? Plus or minus 25-cent fond. So that's like 25 cents you put in and then get back. Why does this say negative 42 cents? Maybe that just means $0.42. Either way, guys, it's on sale. 1 penny off. 1 penny off for the Einweg. Einweg. Plastic water bottle. Disposable. 25-cent deposit. Peach iced tea. That's what it is, guys. It's for peach iced tea. Oh, does this mean 42? Is that why it's negative 41 cents? Because it's 41 cents cheaper? Paying for the ambulance, folks. Let's see. I mean, this already makes me kind of mad because I can see right down here. Once again, I don't speak German, but I speak 000. I do speak that language. That's called free. Which kind of makes me just very jealous. I don't know what my computer is doing. Let's see. Travel cost ambulance. 10 euros. So is it 10 euros or 0? Either way, it's essentially free compared to America. If they said your ambulance ride is going to cost 10 euros, that would be the same thing as telling me it's free. Because, oh my God. Over here, it's like 3,000. Additional payment for... I'm just trying to see if there's anything else here. This letter is considered a hearing according to Section 24. Okay. This post is kind of just confusing me. It says, why is the UK and Germany in this list? And it's where highly educated migrants come from. Most common countries of highly educated migrants residing in OECD nations. Okay. I believe like the USA is one of those nations among many others. India, China, Philippines. I mean, honestly, India and China is obviously going to be at top just because the populations of those countries are huge. And then Philippines, the UK, Germany. I don't know why it wouldn't be on this list, UK and Germany. I'm not sure what they mean. I'm going to the comments. Okay, this guy lays it out. You know, OECD nations are the EU plus Switzerland, Norway, North America, and a bunch of others. So a German living in Austria or Switzerland would count. Yes. Brits in North America. Yes. It should not be surprising that the UK and Germany are on the list. Yeah. It's a good thing. I think you want to be on the list. This is kind of cool. This is just kind of trippy to me. You know, that's one of the things that my simple American brain has trouble comprehending, is that Germany isn't called Germany, even in Germany. You guys call it Deutschland. I don't know why we don't call it Deutschland, if you call it that. Now, what on earth? Tyskland. Norway and Finland. Tyskland. What? The UK is the only one out here with Germany. Italy, Germania. Okay. Over here in Spain, Alemania. Portugal, Alemania. I don't know why this is amusing to me. It's so different. France says Allemand. Allemand. I guess Austria calls it Deutschland as well. Poland, Niemcy. Okay. Greece, Germania. Interesting. It's just interesting. What does Russia call it? Germanija. German. Who calls it just German? That's cool. This is kind of sad news, you know. This is the story in all and like most developing countries around the world, I think, that the birth rates are just plummeting. You know, we all thought we were going to die to like nuclear war, and it turns out it's just we're just not going to have any babies. What is this? Register now. What on earth? Dude, why is this so common now? Births in Germany fall to lowest rate for a decade. Well, you know what? I'll just take your word for it. Oh, this is kind of cool, guys. What do you think? This is in New York City. That looks pretty legit. Cultural export to New York City. Oh, even the German ketchup. Gullerts ketchup. No thanks. Well, maybe this would be good because it's spicy. I don't normally like ketchup, but I do like spicy stuff. My neighbor shines sunlight at me through a mirror. I just realized that my neighbor in the house across from me in my apartment has been sitting in his window with a mirror, and when the sun hits his apartment, he uses the mirror to shine light directly into my face. I think that means he has a crush on you. The only thing that stands out to me about this post is it's just kind of funny. Like, you're traveling all the way across the Netherlands, all the way across Germany, all the way across Austria, and it's 16 and a half hours by car. That's kind of amazing. Like, yeah, no wonder you guys get to travel around and see all the different countries. I'm kind of invested in this now. First of all, I love the 90s looking seats on this train. What is this below the seat in a U-Bahn and NRW? I need to know. It's sand, which is poured between the wheels and the tracks to improve braking conditions when the track is slippery. That was more interesting than I ever knew. Oh, and he learned it from De Mouse. So it shows you the level at which the sand is. That's kind of neat. The dust meter. That's kind of neat. Oh, Lord. This guy got a note on his door. Beat toot. Oh, man. I can't even read that. It does say Denke. How did I know it would be something about like a noise complaint? Please hold the door. It's too loud. Just don't let the door close itself because it's too loud when it's fully open. Close it slowly. I'm sorry, but that's funny. That's funny. I've never heard of such a thing, but there you go. You guys love the peace and quiet. Oh. All right. I feel caught up now. I feel good. I feel good. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow.